Well, hello, students. Online Economics, Week 4. This is Professor B. Told you guys last week I thought we got over the hurdle, and that was the toughest week, but this week proved me wrong. It's been more tougher than ever with the virus and school shutting down and classes transitioning from class to online. It's been really hectic. The only benefit, saving grace, is that you guys are already online. You're already established. So as far as academically, it's not going to interrupt you too much. So that's one great thing. We got a lot of things to cover. I just only have about 10 to 12 minutes to get this in because of everybody going online. YouTube, some of the other video online businesses are now starting to limit the video time because everybody's inundating it or overwhelming the system. So here goes. I did create a PowerPoint that I'm going to go through, and I'm also going to put it on your Moodle. I actually did already to kind of get us through this a little quick as well. The first thing I want to touch on, and bear with me, I'm going to turn you around here, is, if you guys can see it here, is your assignments. The assignments for the week, there you go, is Quiz 2 was due, which was on Saturday. Your homework 2 is due on the 17th. Which is on Tuesday this week. Form 3 was due on the 11th, last Wednesday, and your responses to your classmates should have been also done by Saturday. What I did is I have gone online, I've checked grades, went through everything this afternoon. To give you an update, as far as the week 2 Excel problems, that big thorn we had last week, I still have 7 of you that have yet to complete that. Please get it in as soon as you can. Form 2 for week 2, there's still one person that still needs to get that done. Please do so. Form 3, last week's form, I still have 5 individuals that have yet to get their responses in, which was due on Wednesday, last Wednesday. So please do so as well. For homework 2, which was week 2, last week's Excel problems, I did give you guys a little time to do it. 5 people have got it done already, but the rest of you still need to do that and get it done, and I believe you do have a little time. I think I gave you to Tuesday or Wednesday this week to do that, and maybe even Thursday or Friday. I'm not certain off the top of my head. But also, Quiz 1. I looked into it, and a lot of you, everyone has already taken Quiz 1, but for some reason the system is not grading it and giving you the scores. I can look back door and see that everyone's taking it. I can actually even see your answers to your questions, but for some odd reason it's not grading it. So I will reach out to IT tomorrow to get that answer and hopefully get that corrected so you can get your grades. For Quiz 2, it does look like it has computed the grades, so those should be reflected. Some of the scores are very low also for Quiz 2, so I do encourage you all to take those a couple of times. Remember, that is going to be at least a third of questions. They're going to be on your final. So please take that again because it does look like some of you are not too happy with the scores that I saw. Just put it that way. So I'm encouraging you guys to take that again. Case study, part 1. There's still 2 that are missing. Remember, that's just looking at the video podcast, writing a one-page summary of the podcast, and then page 2 is a one-page summary pretty much of your case study that you're going to be presenting. I did extend you the opportunity of using the coronavirus, the situation in which we're in right now, as possibly that. You do have to do a little homework to reach out to find some data, but if you do look, it's there. Everybody's talking about it, economists, everyone worldwide, so you can extract some data from that. Or you could use the project that you had for your statistics class, as your case study. That should be somewhat ready-made because you should have already had to create some charts and research some data. So either one, but that's what that one-page summary was for. So I still have, as I stated, 2 people have not yet gotten that done, so I encourage you to do so. Study guide. Week 1, I still have 2 people that have yet to get those complete. For week 2, there's 5 people that are out, and for week 3, there's still 8 people who need to get it done. I believe the week 3 or last week study guide, you still have a little bit more time. I think I did extend that, but I'm encouraging all of you to get those things done. the individuals that are the ones that have not gotten those things done, I will be sending each of you an individual email just to remind you of that and to see where you are with the timeline on getting those things caught up. Okay, so if you are missing something, do anticipate getting an email from me sometime in the next 24 hours. Also, let's talk a little subject matter for this upcoming week. I'm going to switch back around to this PowerPoint, so hang with me here. Okay. All right. All right, to review it, last week you guys looked at inputs, fixed inputs, variable inputs, short runs, long runs, as well as the production function. All those things were there. You discussed them, and I have definitions for you. I also touched on isoquants, isocost lines, optimal combination of inputs, return to scale, as well as innovation. All these things were outlined in the last chapters that you should have read last week. But what I did is I took all of the definitions that I feel that are imperative or important for you to know, and I wanted to make sure that all of you review that and touch on them. So as I stated, the PowerPoint that you see right now, I've already put that together. All the definitions are there. I encourage you to go back to it and review just to make sure that you're on task and you do have the right understanding of what those terms are. Okay? For this week we're really talking more about market structures. There are some terms that I'm pretty certain all of you are familiar with, such as perfect competition, monopolies, and we've all heard of those in a lot of different ways. There's also monopolistic competition. And monopolistic competition, just to make certain you guys got that tongue twister. And then there's oligopolies. What are those? These are all different type of market structures. There's an oligopoly and a market concentration. How do they concentrate and work together? And then there's different types of oligopoly models. You'll get all of these in your chapter readings of chapters 7 and 8 this week. It will be a little bit interesting. Also, you're going to touch a little bit into profitability, implications of an oligopoly. That is something that you're really going to hear a lot of it. The majority of your reads will be on oligopolies because it's a quite an interesting read. And then there's different, what are global oligopolistic, companies. What are those? Global, because there are many. So it's going to touch on that as well. And then, what is the architecture of the ideal business or the ideal firm? How is it actually made up? I mean, you've got monopolies, oligopolies, perfect competition. You've got all these different structures of ways of putting a business together. What is the ideal way of doing it? And how do you figure that out? You're going to get a lot of good reading or a really good piece of your reading on just that. How do you put a business or a market structure together for a business? Okay? And then in today's time, you got to also understand the virtual relationship to enterprise or to business or to market. So I think it's just about a page and a half or so, but it's going to talk about also how businesses now and markets use use technology and innovation, okay, and virtual corporations to make things happen today. So I think for some of you and some of the businesses or industries and careers that you have, that might be something you could definitely relate to and may be of interest to you. Upcoming assignments. One of the things I want to make certain that you guys understand on the upcoming assignments, I'm really working with all of you to make certain that everyone has the time that they need without stressing out to get these things done. We are doing okay. I'm not worried right now. Like I said, we have a few people that are missing some things, but some are with exception because I'm working with them individually and I am aware of where they are. But I definitely want to make certain that you guys have enough time to be able to invest the energy into studying and reviewing in week 5 to prepare for week 6 for the final. So I'm really encouraging you to do that. Also, I'm going to make certain that you guys understand that your case study is going to be in week 6, a PowerPoint or a presentation PowerPoint that you're going to have to record and submit to me, the video. So start preparing yourselves for that as well. If you don't have any information on that or unclear about that, shoot me an email. I'll make certain that you guys understand exactly what's going to be required. But you are going to have to video record your presentation and submit it to me. That's going to be part of your case study grade, is submitting that video along with your final, of course. Okay? Right now, let's go over next week's assignments. Okay? First thing is forums. Your forums are going to be due on Wednesday as usual. Responses to your classmates on Saturday. Quiz 3 will be due on Saturday. Homework 3 will be due on the 22nd. On Sunday, I moved that up a few days. Case study part 2 will be due on the 20th. Move that up also 3-4 days. And then your weekly study guide, Unit 4, we're going to do the micro only. Okay, and that will be due on Friday. Micro only in Unit 4. I want it done on Friday because that's going to allow you to be able to take that quiz on Saturday or by Saturday and be prepared for it. So again, make sure you guys understand it. I have attached this PowerPoint to the Moodle, so you guys will be able to access it there. And I possibly may consider even putting it in an email link to everyone because we still have a couple classmates that still have Moodle problems. So when I send it to them, I just send it to everyone just as a backup. Okay? Thank you guys. Please all be safe out there. God bless you. Take care. And I will see you guys next week. Have a good week.